Hi guys, welcome to Nikki Nights. I'm super excited today to chat with a fellow Long Island lady. Yes, she is from my neck of the woods. All right, this is us Long Island folks. We don't mess around. Gina Kirschenheiter from the Real Housewives of Orange County. Let me just send her a little message. Okay, we are good to go. Gina, is like one of my favorite housewives. Gina is unapologetically Gina, and I love her for that. And as a fellow Long Island girl, I was like, oh yes, girl. And as a fellow Long Island girl that went out to Hollywood, no less, and hit the town running, I get it. I get you, Miss Kirschenheiter. I get you. So we're just gonna wait for her. But yeah, I had a little extra pep in my step today, and so I put a little color in my makeup. I did a little green, you guys. It's Pride Month, okay? It's Pride Month, so add a little color to your life. All right. Yep. I'm not gonna start singing "True Colors" by Cyndi Lauper, but am I? That's the question. That's the question of the hour. The question of my friend's life is always what song is playing in my head. Let's go see what song is playing in Gina Kirschenheiter's head. Let's see. Hello. Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm obsessed with your bed. That's how phenomenal.
My bed. I made it just for you.
Well, thank you. No, but I mean like what is that called? The frame?
Oh,
No,
like my headboard,
headboard. Yeah.
footboard. Yes, living spaces.
Yes. Speaking of living spaces, we've both grown up on the same island where we lived on.
I know.
Don't you love how us people from Long Island make it sound like Gilligan's Island?
I
Like
know, but
so
really,
far away.
yeah. Apparently, we've been voted off, right?
Yeah, we've been voted off the island. We were voted off a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I miss it, I mean, and I feel I still am best friends with all my girlfriends from
Are you?
yeah, I really am. So it's nice to I try to go home. I was supposed to go home over 4th of July and then I visit everybody. My parents actually relocated to Westchester
Oh,
um,
wow.
when I was like a sophomore in college. So
Okay.
or junior in college. So they hadn't been there for a while, but it's like so I'll have to go see them and then I go to Long Island and do like the whole Long Island thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
So, growing up, where did you grow up in Long Island?
So I am from North Babylon, New York.
Nice.
So I'm a Suffolk County girl, Suffolk County South Shore,
Nice.
and proud. And yeah, I love where I'm from. I'm still in contact with a lot of people from high school. Actually, there are a couple people from high school when I first moved here that were living out here, and reached out to. So we were trying to connect, but it was like before where I really understood California. So they'd be like, really, California's a big state. So it'd be really
Yeah.
far. And I'd be like, oh, let's do a plane, And they'd be like, well, you
Yeah.
have to take a plane to get here.
Yeah.
So that was before I understood where I lived. But yeah, so I keep in touch with a lot of people.
That's great. I wish I could say the same. It was weird when I got hairspray. It, um, I went to school with a lot of theater kids,
Yeah,
so I guess they kind of saw it as some like weird competition or
a little
something.
threatening, I
And
would think.
some of them
Yeah.
were happy for me, but some of them were like, not really.
Yeah, I can
So,
totally see it.
but
Yeah.
one of them that was extremely happy for me is my dear friend Michael D'Elia, and he is actually now out in LA.
Okay.
We have a mutual love of Shania Twain. Do you love Shania?
I think doesn't everybody
I
love
mean,
Shania
let's
Twain?
go, girls. Come on.
I feel like a woman, so
Right. Well, you are a woman. You're a woman on the Real Housewives of Orange County.
I am that. Yes, I am.
So, how has that been?
That is a wild. That is a wild, wild
Yeah.
ride, never ending ride. It seems like, yeah. I mean, you never, it's no, there is no failure, I would say, to entertain. And there is no, it's just it's a very surreal, hard thing to describe. Even to this day, it's like my third season now on the show, and I still frequently look to myself and say, like, how the hell did I get on this show?
How did that happen?
Like, what is going on? It was honestly, it was so random. And I
Really?
think that where the show was at that time when they were casting, that I really think is why I actually got the opportunity to be on the show, because now that I'm on it and you see the way that the casting process works and you see the women that do audition for the show, and it's like they want to get on the show so bad, and then it was kind of like I didn't even know my friend even knew these people, and she told me she was auditioning, and I was so excited for her. I like helped her pick out her sequin dress, and I was like, because she's from New York too, so I was like so excited about it. And then she was like an application she had to fill out, and there was a spot for referrals, and she put my name and two of my other friends' names. And they call everybody, so they
Yeah.
called me. And I remember I was on the phone with the first casting agent, and I was like holding Luca. My other two kids were screaming, and we were just kind of bouncing off each other, and we had a good conversation. They were like, we're looking for a dynamic duo. They came out to interview me and my friend both. And I don't know, they just kept calling me back. And every time they would call back, I'd be like, really? And then they sent me to LA. It was like my first time ever in LA. Like it was, besides at the airport, Yeah, like I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But I really just thought it was fun. I never thought I was actually going to get on this show, because it just seems so ridiculous that they would cast me.
But it doesn't to me, because I watched you and I've seen every single housewife. I've seen every single branch of the franchise. You have this magnetic personality and you're unapologetically yourself. And I love that. You're honest too.
Yeah,
And I
I
mean,
thought I am, to a fault, I think.
well, Gina, no, I'm writing a book and I woke up this morning and I actually said, I was like, this book is really going to come out and
Yeah,
people are going to read it. Oh, shit.
yeah,
Because heads are going to roll. People aren't going to be the happiest. But what it is I'm being honest, Gina.
yeah,
Because why am I going to take my time to write a book if I'm not going to tell the truth?
and BS your way through it. Yeah, and like that's the way I went into this from the beginning. I just keep showing up to things, and I just keep being myself, and I will contribute when I have things to contribute. If I don't have anything to contribute, I have no problem just trying to eat my lunch or whatever, and it's like I don't. And so far that has seemed to be a good recipe for me. So I know, and it's the craziest part about it all to me is like I'm not confrontational, and I don't get into fights with people, and I don't have many people that I've met that like just don't like me. And
Yeah,
so the amount of like trouble I've gotten myself into and like confrontation blows my mind,
really. Yeah. It's funny. I was never a confrontational person. I'm not. It's just not my style. It's not in me. The only thing I'll compete for is roles. Other
Right,
than that, keep it moving.
right.
Um, but the thing is that I find in Hollywood the drama is just so loved, and I have opened up more tabloids and read more bullshit
Yeah,
of me having a feud with this one and that. I'm like,
I'm
I
sure.
haven't even met them. How could I have a feud with them?
I know that is tough. I've certainly read a lot of inaccuracies about myself.
Mhm.
It just is what it is. I really try not to look into all of that. I try honestly to stay on my own personal social media, because for the most part it's people who choose to follow me because they want to, and so it's not really consumed with that much negativity. And that's just like where I like to live my life. I think I'm like, so fortunately I have very good family, very good parents, very good friends, and friends that have had longevity in my life that have done nothing but support me. So I feel like if you're in this industry and you have that, it is like a shield around you. And if you have that shield around you, it doesn't matter. What everything outside the shield doesn't matter. But I feel for some of the girls that I see go through this too, because if you don't have that, then that really just, it gets to you and it eats you up and it affects you. And and people are they're looking to jump on you for whatever it is. It's like, oh, you're too skinny. Oh, you gained weight. Oh, here's a disaster.
They're always reaching for something. Yeah.
It is what it is, So you have to be able to just say, people are going to talk and it doesn't really matter. But if you're not able to do that, it could be really, it could be brutal.
I really just think that people just will take what they can get and they'll take you down. They'll go for the jugular.
That's a constant, and that is something that really you just have to accept in life, that people are inherently just going to do just that. They're going to take what they can get, and you just have to know it for what it is and do your best to not let it affect you and be smarter about it. Like, my whole thing is when I got into this world, and I didn't know better, and you have somebody coming at you and they're like, oh, we want to give you like this free service or this da-da-da-da-da. And
oh, yeah.
Like, okay, and it's like, you have to just be aware of the fact that everybody who's doing that is really just using it to serve their own.
Correct.
And their own, and so it's like I've learned to be more assertive in like things that I want or things that I will do or I won't do, because like, it's, I deal with other castmates, and I'm always the one that's like, okay, I'll get up at 4 a.m. and have my babysitter come in the middle of the night so that because no one else wants to do the interview in the middle of the day. And you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, you get to the point where it's like, no, but you have to kind of self-advocate and find that line of, you don't want to cross it, but you need to self-advocate for
boundaries as well.
You need to set boundaries. I'm so bad at that, but this
Me
is my
too.
Learning about my boundaries.
The quarantine has taught me about boundaries. I've never set so many. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I said to my mother the other day, she asked me to do like 4 things, and our refrigerator broke, and it was like doing this cranking sound. Gone, goodbye. So we have a new one on the way. My mother goes, can you go downstairs and get me my yogurts? Because she loves these damn Chobani yogurts. So I go down to get them. And then she goes, can you go down and get this? Can you go 4 times? And I said to her, you've exhausted your favors for the day.
You were out.
I was done.
You're gonna be
I said, don't ask me for. And so she goes, I've exhausted. I said, yes, this is it. Of course, did she ask me to go get her a cup of ice? Yes. And did I? Yes. But, this is my mother. But anybody else, you've got to know when to throw up the white flag and call it and say, this is it. I've had it enough.
Right. I'm not going to be pushed anymore. Like, I can't do that. Yeah, that is definitely a part of this whole community.
When you were in Arizona at, what was that? What was that?
Miraval. The miracles at Miraval. I hit.
Well, you had so many miracles, didn't you?
I'm telling you, that is where, and I think they did do stories on this. I saw that, like, oh, this is where Gina quit RHOC. I'm telling you, if I ever was closest to being out, that was it. I had hit a wall. I had enough. I felt like I was dealing with so much personally at that time.
Yeah.
You have to understand, like, Emily really is my friend. Like, I talked to her this morning. She comes over once a week. Still can't drive. And Emily really is my friend. And so I felt like I didn't even know what happened between us. And I really felt like I was completely on my own. Now I'm getting it from every end. And now my friend is even on me about things. And that's when I hit the wall. I just couldn't take it anymore. That was like the most least relaxing retreat. I actually would like to go back now.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You probably needed a vacation from the vacation.
Oh my God, it was awful. And I remember at one point that they didn't show this, I don't think, but Shannon was having her meltdown from her head injury, and Tamara was like, all right, we got to go to the hospital. And I was like, all right, guys, bye. I support you, but I'm not going, because I'm not sitting in the waiting room or whatever. And it was like dark. It was a blackout too. It was ridiculous. And I sat and I had dinner with the wait staff and the bartenders, and we were just like chatting it up. And I was like, this is the best part of this whole vacation. Like, and I was like, please don't let it. And then the other girls wanted to come in, of course, from the other room. And I was like, I don't want them to come because I just knew that that was going to spoil everything. And, then next thing you know, Kelly's smacking me in the back of my head. So there's that.
Well, a good friend is going to call you though, and I see you guys volley back and forth, and I like that because my friends and I do that. I like somebody who can challenge me and keep up with me.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't mind it ever,
But especially when it starts, when like what's going on in the show starts to affect your personal life and your real relationships, I'm sure it's got to be incredibly tough.
Right. It is hard to navigate through some of that stuff. And when you're filming, that's when it's really hard because it's like everybody else is involved. Everybody's like 2 cents are being put in on issues and things that like they wouldn't even ordinarily put in their 2 cents. You don't know like who to listen to or what to believe, and everything just gets a little more cloudy. And at that point in my life, like I wasn't able to, I was like, I need to be selfish right now. But I honestly didn't realize at that point, like really what Emily was also going through at the same time. I just couldn't do it, and
Yeah.
we've been
Also, as viewers, we watch these shows, right? And you guys are, there's a kind of an outline of the episode. This is the trip episode or whatever. You know what's coming.
yeah,
But what people don't know is what's really going on in the background.
right.
Like, in your personal life. So it's like, I always say that. I'm like, people think, there's a song by the Jonas Brothers, Happy When I'm Sad.
Okay.
And I listen to it all the time. And it's basically about like, they think I'm happy. They think I'm happy when I'm sad. And it's true. And it's like in this business, I've noticed people will come up to me in airports. Somebody came up to me in the security line. She goes, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I said, "Yes." Why? I'm at the security line in the airport. Like, is anybody okay? And no, we're not really having the best time, but we're gonna get through it. So she goes, "Well, you're just like, you're not like you look on screen. Yeah, you're not like you look on screen." And I said, "Well, I'm so sorry, but that's her and this is me." And I said, "I haven't," and then I said to her, the next thing I said went over her head. I said, "And I haven't taken a garbage truck to school in a very long time." And I was like, "All right, next." And I was like, "I'm so sorry." I took a picture with her. I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm not. I'm just trying to get on my flight, and don't walk around singing and dancing. I hate to break it to you."
Well, the thing I think that's interesting too is that, like, for you, yeah, that's 100% the roles you play are 100% character. And really, people don't know really much about your personal life at all. It's what is difficult about reality TV is that it's built off of your real life. So, people, when they come up to you, they think they have you all figured out. But the things that you see are just like, a snapshot of your actual life. So that's difficult. And for me now, when people come up to me, it's almost like I get a little more nervous if I see somebody recognize me or whatever, because it's like I know that they know all my dirt. You know what I mean? And that's hard. You know what I mean? It's like
it's a tough pill to swallow.
My husband had an affair. Oh, great. You know what I mean? It's tough.
But Gina, can I tell you that all of the women watching this are giving you credit because they have had shit happen in their lives. I guarantee you their husbands have had affairs. I guarantee you stuff's went down. Yeah. And the ones that it has happened to, like I write in my book about my experiences with certain issues, in relationships that I've had. And being honest, it's been really therapeutic for me. But at the same time, it's a tricky fine line because you want to be forthcoming. Yeah. Then you also want to save certain things for yourself. So I do feel lucky that by playing these characters, I get to keep certain things to myself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do understand that, I am somewhat of like a public person. I don't know. Oh, for sure. So, I do want to live authentically as well.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like honest like that I have like for the most part of the show. I mean, I got nothing left, so
Well, no, but you do. You have your mom and your dad. Is it Gino? Is that your dad?
yes, Jean.
Oh,
We play Jean and Susan. Yes, but I have
and
my
then you have the
lovely
three little ones. Oh
yes,
my
I
gosh.
have my lovely babies, and I'm dating
I
young
saw.
yes,
I was
Travis.
so jealous of the dinner date because you guys had this whole cheese plate and wine bar, and I was like,
It
I
was
want to
so
date like that.
good. Honestly, it was so good. And now, and she's local owner, and that really was one of our just date spots. So
Yeah,
it was really important for us to try to help her because these businesses are suffering so bad during this lockdown or whatever. So now they're open. So we've gone there a couple times
nice.
since. And it's interesting to see the restaurants and stuff here, but it's pretty much normal. I mean, they're following the guidelines, they're every other table, they're wearing the masks and stuff, but like other than that, it feels good to get out and have things feel normal.
Well, I'm actually coming out your way in 3 days.
Are you?
I am. I'm going to be out there on Saturday, and I'm probably going to be there for about 10 days, and probably eight.
Are you going to be in LA?
I'm going to be there for 8. Yeah, I'm going to be in LA. I'm going to be in North Hollywood, and I'm
Okay.
just staying with one of my dear friends, and working on pre-production and for certain things, and I'm going to be doing the podcast. But I really just wanted to go write my book.
Well, we should try to get together when you're out here.
I would love that,
I would
please.
love that.
A
Yeah.
socially distant dinner.
Yeah.
I would
But
love that. I'll cook something.
we'll
We'll
be in small cohorts here. So
Yes.
we're phase 3.
Yes.
What is the title of your book?
I don't know yet. There was one working title, and then I forgot about one and was like, "Oh, I forgot that I wanted to name it this." And then one came to me in the middle of the night, and I sent the text message to my publicist and I said, "I think this might be it." And she goes, "Oh yeah." So
So, and
we're
it's an autobiography.
It's an autobiography. Somebody said to me, "Oh my gosh, you're so young to write a book." I said, "Honey, when you've been in this business for 14 years," and I fully know, like I understand that I probably sound like Betty Davis or Joan Crawford and a honey, but no. But when you've been in this business for 14 years, you have enough stories for 20 books.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I mean, I've been in it for like half a minute, and I could write probably 5. Like,
Yes,
I definitely understand. I think you can more than do that. Yes,
it was just, and I have to say, being a Long Islander, the community was incredibly supportive.
that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. It was real. I
Or
found,
supported, right? I'm actually wearing my Island Girl. I don't know if you can see, but it's my Island Girl
oh, I love it. Yes.
shirt. Yes, from Handmade Market. This girl Jenna, she owns it, and she said, "I love it. Like I love all her stuff. It's so cute. Like I like to represent Long Island, and I have so many people like follow me on social media and stuff from Long Island, and they like it when one of us kind of gets out and represents.
Let me tell you,
Excited.
Gina, after Hairspray came out, I did a lot of big press,
Yeah.
but nothing made me feel as good as turning on News 12.
Oh my God, that's so funny
Right?
that you say that because like things started to happen and whatever, but my favorite thing that I have actually clipped out was that they put me in Newsday. I was like,
Yes.
oh my God, I made it.
It feels so amazing because, these are the papers that we grew up going and seeing on the bagel store rack, in the morning when we go get our iced coffee and our,
I commute
flats.
every day to the city for years, and it's like everybody's reading the paper, and then it's like to think like everybody's sitting on the train commuting and they're reading that, and then when the articles would come out, I have so many people that would text me because it's like, yeah, they're just reading the paper, and I'm in the paper, and that was really cool. That for me meant more than any of the other
Yeah.
things or whatever. Not that there's that many, but like you know what I mean. Like
No, but it's that I think people from Long Island I think people from New York have a certain like pride.
yeah,
We
for sure.
yeah.
For sure, yeah. That's why, and I think it's like because also on the show because I naturally just have that sort of like I'm casted as that like hotshot New Yorker. So
Yeah.
it's like an interesting dynamic to see me with the other women in general, I
I
think.
love how they
Um,
put us New Yorkers in there like they're casting like a zoo animal.
yeah,
Like they're like, let's throw the zebra into the lion's habitat and see what
exactly.
happens.
Let's watch it. Yes.
Here's 10 T-bones. Let's see what happens. It's like they just hope for the best. I'm like, we're people. My God.
It's real Discovery Channel gully out here.
Yeah, it's very discovered. National Geographic. Yeah.
Yes, very for sure. It is something else.
Meanwhile, we're just all in the Dunkin' Donuts drive-through, just trying to get our coffee and keep it moving.
Donuts here. It's so
What's
busy.
one of your favorite like pizza places on Long Island? I love to talk to Long Island people about Long Island food.
Okay, so because I grew up in North Babylon, I grew up Pizzaiola in North Babylon. I grew up working there from the first, before they even opened. Me and my best friend Leah, they were out front giving out samples of pizza, and we were like, "Can we have a job here?" And the owner was like, Tommy. I remember at the time he was the nicest guy. He was like, okay, and so we were like little girls that like answered the phones and took the orders, and we worked like the espresso bar and did the desserts for like the waitresses. And then I did that for a couple years, and then I worked behind the pizza counter. So I worked there for years, and like I think to this day it's still my favorite pizza, just because I grew up on it. So
I'm that way. There's a spot in Manhasset, and it's a small family-owned, Italian family restaurant, and it's called Villa Milano.
mhm,
Oh my God.
so good.
I used to walk in. Eli used to pinch my cheeks. I used to come from St. Mary's in Manhasset. My mom would pick me up in like fifth grade. I'd go get my pizza and I'd walk in, and Eli and John and Donnie would all like all over me. They'd pinch my cheeks. I'd
Yeah.
sing them a song. Yeah, these are the memories that I have, and I feel very blessed that, I grew up in a very much a sense of community.
Yeah, for sure. That's I feel so bad now because this whole when COVID happened too. It's the winter. And I was like, all right, we're shut in, but at least I can go take a walk with my kids, go on a
Yeah.
bike ride, stuff like that, like be out in the fresh air. Where in the winter on Long Island, it's like all you have is like going to your very close friend's house.
Yeah.
If it's not snowing, even if sometimes you'll risk it, but it's like the all you have is hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
And then I remember too when I moved here, I was pregnant with my third child, Luca, and it was February, and it was an especially bad winter that year,
Yeah.
and I was so depressed. I was so miserable. I was stuck in the house with the two little kids, pregnant. And so when I got here, I was like, what? It was so nice here. I visited every playground. I didn't care that I was like schlepping around pregnant with two kids. I went anywhere. I had no idea where I was going or driving, but I just went everywhere because I could. It was so
Yeah.
nice. So I really feel for them and the homeschooling. And a lot of my friends are teachers. So it's like they're going crazy because they have to
Well,
get their own kid, they have to get their own kids homeschooled, and then they got to come up with the curriculum for the other kids, and they got to deal with the parents that don't know what the hell they're doing. Like it's been rough. So
I said to somebody today, I said, this is how you can tell I'm excited to go to LA. I'm actually thinking of, going and taking a good old long walk in Griffith Park or a nice hike. I'm like, I don't hike on Long Island. I'm a hiker, but I'm looking forward to it.
that's rad. Yeah, I love it. Like I just love but I'm also, I'm not in LA, so
Yeah.
everything in Orange County is just stunningly beautiful. I've been here for 5 years now, and I still am so in awe of how beautiful it is just everywhere around me. Like driving the kids to preschool, like going to the supermarket. There's mountains and palm trees, and it's beautiful. It's like breathtaking here. So I still am very much in awe of where I live, and I hope that doesn't wear off, but it makes you appreciate more when you don't come from here.
My dog is losing her mind in the back. I apologize. The mailman or the UPS is probably out there.
We have
But
a
I
landline,
do
so
but I do get that. When I was out there filming my show Huge, I lived in the valley, but then I would go out to Santa Clarita every day for work. And then we'd go to Malibu at the other end of the week. And just to see the mountains on the way to work at 5 a.m., when the roads
Yeah.
are so bare and nobody's out there. And
Yeah.
it's really nice. It's a nice escape.
Beautiful. There's no other place like it, really. So
Yeah.
I feel very privileged. Well, it's an interesting word to use right now, probably shouldn't, but I do. I feel very just like super privileged to live here. I mean, it's a beautiful place,
It
and
is.
and yeah. So
Well, you do it well. Are you kidding? With that smile, LA and OC are lucky to have you. I'm
it's
not
so
kidding.
funny because I said when I first moved here, I'm like, I blend in. It's like everyone, I look like I'm from Orange County until I open my mouth. Like that was always my thing. It's like, but it's something, I think I said it on the show, but it's something I always said because it was really funny and people, it was funny because I'd be on the playgrounds and it was such a conversation starter for the other moms to come up to me and talk to me because they'd be like, I literally thought you were from here. And then I heard you talk and it's like clear you're not. And I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe because I am from South Shore, Suffolk County, and my mom is a very heavy accent. My accent is like not, it's still full force. Like it is not going anywhere. I feel like at the very beginning, I tried to like curb it a little because it was almost like before even Housewives, I felt like, oh, you're a little famous in Orange County because every time you order like a cup of coffee, it's a
Yeah.
whole thing, and people like to talk about it and they think it's fun and
Yeah.
that was kind of cool when I first moved here to realize how different I was. Like I didn't even realize.
Yeah. Well, when I got Hairspray, Adam Shankman, our director, said, I was really nervous. He said, I thought we were going to have to hire a dialect coach for you. I was like, I'm not coming from Spain. I'm coming from Long Island.
You'll
He's
be
like, I know.
perfect.
He's like, but you guys, and we do have strong accents, and
Yeah.
my parents bring it out in me. Because
Yeah.
I could be doing an interview and sounding like the most poised, and I'm
Right.
like, and then all of a sudden Karen says something. I'm like, what, Ma? What do you need? What? You know, and it's
Yeah.
all down the rabbit hole,
I know, it's really funny for sure. Yeah. And when I go home, now I'm like, when I hear my friends, I'm like, oh my God, you guys have such strong accents. Like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? Like you have the same one. But I do think I hear it so much more because I don't hear myself, so I don't realize I have the accent, but I don't hear anybody else around me with an accent anymore. So then when I go home and I hear everybody sounding like me, it's like that much more amplified.
Yeah. Well, I just did, speaking of home, I just did Long Island Pride. And they were like,
Oh,
can you
is that what
send it?
you're doing on Long Island?
Yeah, well, it was virtual Pride.
Oh,
The
okay.
Zoom, yeah. Yeah.
An interesting time
Yeah.
for sure. Or did your virtual pride? Yes.
I mean, this, right? I guess people are going to be getting married virtually soon, I swear. Hi, hi,
I have a court date coming up that's virtual. I'm like, oh,
Really?
yeah. I'm
That's
like,
wild.
yeah. It's just everything is just so different. Like, all right,
Virtual court.
have
I
like
never
I'll
thought
look
I'd
at
see the
like a
day.
suit jacket and just be like professional on top, and then like that's like our interviews. I'll treat it like a RHOC interview where you just have to be fancy like for this
Correct. It's the
virtual.
mullet outfit. Business on top, party on the bottom. And by party, I mean pajamas.
Yes.
But I just want to let you know the kids can watch the episode because we're going to put in some beeps for my foul language. I sent a message to the editor as we were doing this. I said, I sound like a sailor.
No,
Please.
I'm a filthy mouth. They beat me every other word on the show. I'm terrible. I was trying to be. I didn't know if I could curse or not. I was trying to be good for you.
I appreciate it. Every episode's different. Some people are like, "Beep, beep, 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 beep," and then other people are not. And yesterday, my best friend was on, and he was like, "Can we curse on the show?" And I was like, Gino, and, at this point, you've already said the F word. What else? Just toss them all in the ring now.
Just like fuck, 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 fuck. What are you gonna do now?
Exactly. You just got to get it out. It's like when your parents tell you, when as a kid, don't say that word.
Yeah,
That's a
and then
bad word, and then you're like,
say
damn it.
it.
You can't get it out fast enough. You just want to get all the curse words out.
Actually, I got really lucky with my kids because I do have a foul mouth, and for whatever reason, they more than taking after me and having a foul mouth, they're more interested in reprimanding me for it.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they never had the opportunity to do that. So they went the route of like every time I'll be in the car, well, not lately, clearly, but when I can drive, I've been in the car
Oh,
and I'll be like, shit. And they'll be like, Ma, you can't say shit. And I'll be like, oh, fuck. And they'll be like, Ma, you can't say fuck. Like they're like
yeah.
so like on it. So I got lucky that they would rather reprimand me than mimic the bad behavior. So that was very lucky for me.
Well, my nan growing up, we called her nan, my mom's mom. She was such a lady. She never cursed. You never heard anything like, come out of her mouth. She always had lipstick on. She used to tell me, you should put on a little lipstick. You never know who you're going to meet. This was something, this is what she would say. And somebody said that to me today, and it brought me such joy, like just to hear those words again.
That's so
And but she used to say this, but my nan always taught me this. And she also taught me treat people with kindness and treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, I think that's a big one. I think that's very key, especially now in our current climate. I think that is a very essential thing to do that not enough people are doing. So, for
Yeah.
sure. And it's kind of a bummer. It's sad too that it's Pride Month this month as well. And I mean, I feel like maybe they should just move, like have another one. Like they're doing,
Yeah.
but maybe they should have a redo in a couple months.
Well, I was supposed to perform at Alabama Pride, and I was on the main performing on the main stage, and it got canceled, obviously, and it's now going to be in September. So we're hoping that that still happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally was in my backyard, Gina, and I did Chicago Pride and Long Island Pride in 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
I
That is
sang three songs, and I was like, I was just in two different states on two online. What's happening?
hysterical. But it's helpful because you can cover way more ground this way,
Yes, I'm
right?
traveling the country in my backyard.
You would definitely not be able to do that,
No.
all of it. So it actually is cool that you can pop into more things.
But let me tell you who I credit. It all goes back to Hollywood. Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr, check out the Netflix documentary. It's called Bombshell. Hedy
Okay.
Lamarr is a brilliant actress from the 1940s. She grew up in Vienna, came over here, and made a big name for herself. She went to the U.S. government and said, "I have a patent. I'd like to bring it to you." They said, "You're just an actress. You're an actress. That's ridiculous. What you
Yeah.
just promised." It is now the patent for what we all know as Wi-Fi.
Oh, well, that's a big
So
one.
yeah, just a touch. She just tapped the surface. Like, so this is what I'm saying. There are people out there that are doing things and making these Zooms and TikToks and cameos possible, and it is
Yeah.
connecting people around the world. Are you on Cameo?
I am on Cameo. I'm so bad because I find it very difficult because I never look. I'm always a disaster. And I feel like the people pay the money, like I want to at least have on a little bit of lipstick, like Nan would say.
Yeah.
And I never do. So it's like, so sometimes I miss them just because whatever. So sometimes, but then I always try to go back when I miss them, and so I end up doing most of them just for free. So I really just put myself on there for free. And it's not like I don't need the money. I could use the money, but
Right.
I'm so bad at it. I'm really not the best at, well, that's the thing too. Before all of this, like my social media, like I had a private Instagram page with like, I followed like 200 people, had like 200 followers, maybe, 300 maybe max. Like I really wasn't that into it. And the only reason why I would post pictures and stuff of my kids is because I wanted people from New York to be able to see them, and the grandparents and stuff. So it's just not something that comes naturally because I like to just, when I'm in my life and I'm doing something, I really just like to do it. And there was so many things that I do that I'm like, oh, damn it, I should have took a picture of that, but I'm just not that person that thinks that way. So
Yeah.
difficult, but I've gotten better because I have to be because it is part of my job essentially, to share the things in my life and this platform, and you have to be able to stay relevant and stay in it. So that's been a little bit of a worry.
I'm a person that very much prepares for the future and looks towards the future, but I love to live in the present. So when my food comes at a restaurant, my first instinct is not really to take a picture.
Right.
But if there's like if I'm like I've been going, if I'm in New York or going to an audition when everything's up and running, I will take a picture of the bridge and post some cheesy inspirational quote because that's me. Like come on, I'm a walking meme, Gina. God, it's awful at this point. There's literally a GIF of me, a GIF. Somebody sent me a GIF, and oh God, I was like, Lord, I didn't even know I was a GIF. This happened like 6 months ago. I had no idea it was a GIF. And then all of a sudden, there's a GIF of me going, I'm a bad, bad girl who needs to be punished.
Oh my God, I love it. I do enjoy gifts though. I wish I could communicate in only gifts.
I
Like,
use them all day.
so happy. Like I am big on that when I'm texting. Like I love that. Yeah.
Well,
So
you make me happy, and I thank you so much. And I'm going to let you run because I know you have something to do, but please tell your amazing parents that I just enjoy them so much, and they raised a fine Long Island girl.
thank you. They're actually coming out here. They felt like it was okay and safe. They're actually coming out. Maybe they'll be on your flight. That's crazy. They're coming out. When are you coming out? Oh no, you're leaving
Saturday.
Saturday. They're coming out on Sunday, so you
Okay.
just missed them. Yeah, and they're gonna stay for a week. And my oldest son's birthday is on Tuesday, so they're gonna be there for Nick's birthday.
Oh, that's great.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
happy birthday, Nick.
Thank
And now you can watch because I'm gonna, make sure that I put my awfulness away.
you. Okay, well, I had so much fun
So did I.
together with you when you're here. So,
Hold it down till I get there.
okay, I will. I
I'll
always
see.
will. All right, and send me the I want that like when it's gonna air, so I'll post that on my Insta. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, we'll send it in the DMs where everything else goes down.
Oh, great, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah,
it all goes down in the DMs.
all
Yeah.
goes down in the DMs. I'll talk to you later, kid.
All right, bye, babe.
Bye. Gina, thank you so much. I'm literally smiling, and obviously, geez, Nikki, state the obvious. No, I'm saying it literally hurts for smiling because talking to somebody from Long Island, I'm sure you noticed that both of our accents have now come out even stronger. We both want coffee more than anything. We both want to talk more than anything. We're both going to go call our mas, and it's going to be a great day. You know, I'm not even trying to hide it at this point. Like, I have so much Long Island pride. I have a lot of pride to begin with, but Long Island pride is just a whole other thing. So, in New York, I mean, come on, it's the greatest city in the world. So, I mean, isn't that what they say on the news? You can't hold me responsible for it. So many people have said this, and so I'm not just bragging being from New York. I'm saying it's a lovely place to be from. You all are lovely, and Gina, thank you so much. And again, I apologize for you know, I sound like a sailor at Fleet Week, but Sarah, thank you for fixing that. You're amazing, and I appreciate you. Guys, thanks for hanging in there with us. We'll hang out with you on Nikki Nights. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.